Welcome back. It is Friday, April 26th in the NBA. My three best bets are on the way. We got three playoff games tonight. I got my favorite pick in each of them incoming. But first, we must do a recap of how we did yesterday. So close to the sweep, man. Jalen Brunson over in points, sweat free. I told you eventually he'd make some shots. He did just that. Austin Reeves had his redemption chance as well, and he came through late in the game, but ended with 22 points. The one backbreaker, Jamal Murray's over in points. I stayed up until like 1 a.m. watching that game just to see him miss so many shots in the fourth. And then we had a chance for some free throws at the end. Now they're all going to go to Aaron Gordon. Should have been a 3-0 sweep, but we'll take it 2-1 day and move on to today. We got another three picks. Let's dive in. First and foremost, my name's Austin. If you are new, do me a favor. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200,000 subscribers. We're so close, less than 1,000 away. Go do that. Hit that like button too. Before we dive into the picks, if you ever do need any sportsbook deposit matches, sign-up offers, all those details are down below. It helps support the channel if you use those links as well. If you're going to sign up for books, it doesn't hurt you. Just sign up using our links, and you get a bunch of different matches and deposit bonuses and stuff like that. But you guys came here for NBA picks. We're going to start with the first one of the day. The guy we're going to check on the thumbnail is the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, over 24.5 points, currently minus 105 on DraftKings. Now, Ant-Man obviously is going to come in here, and the Suns are going to need and be in desperate need of a win as they are down 0-2. And honestly, I was looking at fading a Timberwolves role player. I just don't know which one to fade because I don't know who of those is going to show up. I looked at McDaniels under, but at the end of the day, I don't think any of his role players really show up today. And I think this is Ant-Man being like, all right, looks like I got to carry the team. And so I like his over in points. I think he's aggressive tonight because obviously you don't want to let the Suns get back in this series. They're obviously up 2-0, the Timberwolves, that is. You give this game, now it's 2-1. If you give another game, now it's 2-2 and it's tied. You go up 3-0, it's almost pretty certain that you're gonna win that series. But we saw in game one, Edwards dominated 33 points. 14 of 24 shooting, did only get to the line 2 times. In game 2, they obviously made a ton of adjustments, only scored 15 points, only 3 of 12 shooting, and 8 free throw attempts. Now, and obviously they adjusted their defense and they put a heavy defensive focus on him. But in turn, what happened? Rudy Gobert scored 18, Mike Conley scored 18, and Jaden McDaniels scored 25. I'll give you something that's never going to happen again. All those 3 guys to do what they just did in game 2. And while I'm sure this the Suns team changes their defense a little bit, I think Ant-Man's going to have to go out there and carry and have a pretty good game. In fact, last game was his first ever playoff game where he shot below 40% from the field. So this is a guy in Anthony Edwards I expect to be better tonight. In this season, we've seen him average nearly 26 points per game, scored 25 or more in 60% of games, and he scored 25 points in 72% of games when he shot 15 or more times, 82% when he shot 15 times, and played 36 minutes. Look, he's played 36 or more minutes in both games this series. If they're trailing, he'll get even more minutes, and I think he's going to be aggressive tonight and score the basketball. I honestly think the Suns win this game, which is why I kind of like Anthony Edwards to be more aggressive and have to go score, try to carry his team, kind of like how Brunson was doing in the second half of yesterday's game. So Anthony Edwards, go out there, knock down some shots. I'm certainly confident you could score 25 points. I don't think anyone watching this video doesn't think he can do that. I think he has the good opportunity tonight. Let's hopefully hope that he knocks down some shots. Give me his over in points. Now, my second play is going to be my most confident one. The one that you could probably put 25 units, retire your grandma and your whole family, and send them to the Maldives. Because it is a guy that we know how it works. TJ McConnell over 7.5 points, minus 120 on FanDuel. In my analysis, it's a system play. Now, I know people are going to hate McConnell. Why the heck are we backing a role player that comes off the bench? Well, let's just look at our last few days. We've lost on Jalen Brunson, Austin Reeves, Herb Jones, Paolo Banchero. What would have happened if you ran back every single one of those plays? They all cashed. We saw with Brunson and Reeves yesterday, both smacked. Herb Jones, I didn't run it back, smacked. Banchero nearly hit his over in PRAs and points yesterday, smacked again. Look, I didn't run those last two back, but the thing is, that's what happens. You look at McConnell coming off. I almost said Reeves. Sorry, two white guys. Well, sue me. All right, let's talk about Mr. Game 1. You saw McConnell scored 10 points on 5 of 13 shooting. We didn't back him in that game. He had 18 minutes. Game 2, we backed him at 6 points, 2 of 6 shooting, 17 minutes. Now, obviously 2 of 6, not good. If he makes 3 of 6, which is, still below what he shoots on the season, he goes over this line at 7.5. Also, if you didn't watch that game, we basically got wrecked because we backed TJ McConnell there. What was his line? 11.5, 12.5. In that game, McConnell sat at the scoring table for about 2 minutes before to get checked in because there was no fouls or stoppage in play. So that nukes 2 minutes of his game time. He also got in and didn't shoot a single shot for 5 minutes because Pascal Siakam was in ball hog mode. And I can't blame Siakam. He's been cooking him. But at the end of the day, you look at McConnell, he had 0 points at halftime. So everything went wrong, and he still finished within a basket of hitting this over. I'm going to take it. Like I said, I honestly would make this a 2-unit play if it wasn't him coming off the bench and if he hadn't just wrecked us. But still, this is just a guy that I'm confident gets the field goal attempts this season. He's over 7.5 points in 85% of games when he shoots 6 or more times. I'm pretty confident he shoots that. He just shot that in a game that he literally had 0 points at halftime and missed his first 2 shots, and still got the field goal attempts, got within 1 basket of hitting this over. Look, I'll roll with TJ McConnell. He's a professional. He's a role player at home. I'm confident he delivers. I expect the Bucks to change up their defensive game plan on Pascal Siakam, who's been cooking them. And so I really think McConnell's going to get his open opportunities. He missed some pretty open shots that I'm used to him making in game 2. Coming back at home where he's done it time and time again. TJ McConnell, like I said, my favorite pick of the day, still only 1 unit. But man, if he doesn't score 8, I'd be shocked. Give me his over 7.5 points. My third play of the day is going to be a little bit tricky. And you'll understand what I mean. Because there's definitely a couple different pivots. And there's a couple other different things that I did consider. But I ended up settling on this. A 3-leg, same-game parlay, all with Kawhi Leonard. 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Plus 106 on FanDuel. Now, I know there's going to be people out there. Austin, I'm on Bet365. I don't have 4 and 2. I don't have a great answer for you. I don't mind him at 5 rebounds, but obviously that's a big difference going from 4 to 5. I would not take him at 3 assists, though. Now, when I was looking at Kawhi's props, and at the end of the day, I wanted to back Kawhi Leonard. The problem was I couldn't decide how to back him. I liked his over 22.5 points. I liked his over in PRAs. When I was going to lean on one of them, it was probably going to be PRAs. But in my world, given Kawhi's health status, I don't know if he gets to the PRAs without hitting this 24 and 2. If he does, I'm going to be in pain. But I really think Kawhi's going to have to get 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists or more of any of those categories to hit that PRA line at 31.5. So I'll play this SGP, better value at plus 106. And let's hope Kawhi gets the SGP done. I hope he gets the PRAs done. I hope he gets the points done. End of the day, I really like Kawhi. Now, in game 2, obviously, Kawhi did not play in game 1. He returned back from injury. Didn't really play well. 7 of 17 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3, 15 points, but did get the 4 and 2. Had 7 rebounds and 2 assists. I believe he had 5 potential assists and 8 or 9 potential rebounds. Now, I think that he's going to continue to work back from injury. Did have 2 days off, so he did have an extra day off in between games here. I think he'll play better. He was missing some shots we're used to Kawhi Leonard making. At the end of the day, Kawhi Leonard is a professional. He's been a great guy to back in the postseason. I'm going to be confident that he gets the job done this season. 4 rebounds and 2 assists. He's done that in 56 of 69 games, about 81%. He's had 20 points in 73% of games, cashing this SGP in about 59% of games, 41 of 69 to be exact. Now, the PRA line, virtually the same exact hit rate. So I'm not saying if the PRA line is a bad bet to make. This just was better value, and I like it a little bit more. Like, at the end of the day, Kawhi, I'm pretty confident gets the points. He's really cooked this matchup for Dallas. 15 points last game, and he missed a lot of easy shots. We've seen in Kawhi's last 21 games versus Dallas, all as a member of the Los Angeles Clippers, including the playoffs. He's played 30 or more minutes, cashed this SGP in 19 of 21 games, and cashed this PRA line in 18 of 21. Sure, I mean, you can take the PRAs. That was what I was going to take. I looked at the SGP odds and I found a little bit better odds here. So I took it. I'll be in pain if he doesn't get, the PRA or doesn't get this SGP, but cashes the PRAs. But I'm really confident he'll get the rebounds. He's been doing that pretty consistently against the Mavericks. I think it's a playoff game. He's going to go out there and get those boards. And I also like the assists. He's going to facilitate and get it to his teammates, who should knock down some shots. So look, it's a little bit of a weird SGP. 20 points from Kawhi, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists as well from him. A 3-leg SGP. Not something I normally advertise trying to do too often, but I feel like with this such low lines for Kawhi, I think he gets the job done. So like I said, if you can't take an SGP or same game parlay like this, I really like his PRA line. I think that's a pretty solid bet to make. But at the end of the day, there is a world where I believe Kawhi does not get PRAs, but somehow lucks into 24 and 2, maybe on a real bad game. But I don't know if he gets to the PRA line without getting 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. I think there was only one game this season where he hit his PRA line and didn't get the 20 points. And I'm pretty confident in the 4 rebounds and 2 assists, something he really historically does really well against the Mavericks, getting those respective categories. He's normally on Luka, but they normally switch him off Luka, so he's ended up guarding a lower usage guy. So I really like this SGP, my third pick of the day. My other picks, we obviously talked about TJ McConnell's over in points and Anthony Edwards over in points. My 3 picks, let's get that 3-0 sweep that we are long overdue for. If you ever need any sportsbook sign-up bonuses, they're all detailed down below. It's Austin. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys back again tomorrow, where I believe we have 4 games on Saturday, which will be pretty cool to pick from. I'll be in a change of scenery at my parents' house, but don't worry about that. Still same quality picks. I'll dive into them then. See you guys in the morning. Peace.